we'll gather round, feel the love compound. Blue elephant is strong.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So Let's Resin recently sent me their newest silicone putty. Now, I have never used silicone putty before, so this is going to be incredibly new to me. It's 1-to-1 by weight, and we're going to go over here in a second, but you just weigh it out on your scales, and then you mix it together. So I have an idea. And the first thing I want to do is I'm not entirely sure how much of this I need. So we're just going to kind of go with it, have a play, see what I can come up with, and see how this stuff works. So, first impressions is I like the fact that they're two different colors because this way, when you mix it up together, you know that it's completely mixed because it all just blends into the yellow and you don't see any more of the white. Now, it is super, super soft and squishy and very, very easy to work with, which me personally, I like because, as I've mentioned many times before, I have issues with my hands and weakness in them. And if it was something that was very hard to kind of mix and blend together, it would be something that I probably wouldn't use because it would be too hard for my hands to kind of work with it. So, I've measured out a little bit of the I don't remember if this is part A or part B, and I am just going to set this off to the side as I get the second part out. And I like how it comes with the extra little lid on there just to keep the air out from it. And I'm going to do the same exact thing. Make sure that my scale has been tared and it's down to 0. We're going to just weigh it out, get it perfect, put this lid back on, and then start mixing it together. Now, this is not sped up whatsoever. This is real time, so you can see just how long it takes to actually mix it up, which isn't very long at all. And it honestly, I feel like it takes me longer to figure out how to shut off my scales. But anyway, all you do is just massage it back and forth between your hands. I mean, I guess you could do it one-handed if you want, just until it's all beautifully incorporated. Like I said, super soft, super easy to use. You have a 5-minute working time once you get it all incorporated, and it takes 15 to 20 minutes to cure. Now, I'm going to be honest. My first thought of what I wanted to do with this is I really wanted to make a hook that I can put on my kitchen wall to hang my pot holders from. So I tried that and it's not the right material for the job. And that didn't work. So then, because that's what my idea was, I started scrambling because I'm like, oh my God, like I've mixed up all of this putty and I thought, okay, well, maybe I can do the wooden spoon. So I tried that and I was like, well, that's not going to work either because I didn't make enough of it. And at this point, like I'm panicking. So I was like, all right, well, my daughter had painted a rock. Let me just do this, right? It's a rock. I know, guys. I know. Don't judge me. I was panicking. But I figured we'd try it and just see, right? Like, I'm just going to play with it. This isn't going to be anything crazy spectacular that I'm making, but I have some ideas now that I've worked with this on what maybe I can possibly do that I'm going to be trying. And whether it works or not, I'm going to put it in a video so that you guys know. And together, maybe we can figure it out if I can't make it work. Okay, so I had a little bit of resin left over from something else that I was doing, and I had a thought. So I am using Let's Resin, and I just took a little bit of my clear resin. I put it down now. I had let this resin heat up. It's been sitting out for a while. It's probably close to 28 to 30 degrees Celsius. And I am taking a little bit of colored resin. Now, in this resin, in the paper cup, I have some of Into Resin's green neon aurora powder and a little bit of Lightwish starry night dyes that is dark green or deep green, whatever it is, right? and I am kind of just drizzling it in there. Put in some more clear resin on top of it, and I'm going to drizzle this in a way. Now, because the resin has heated up and it's thickened up some, I shouldn't have an issue. It should pretty much stay like it is. It's not going to mix around together. Now, here's my thought. I've seen Wendy from BeeBeeCraft, I've seen DNA Resin do this recently, and I thought that this was kind of a cool idea. It's kind of like a dual color type deal, but I haven't seen it used with glitter. So I've got some of my gilding glue, and I'm just going along the entire piece, the backing of it, with this glue, because what I want to try is I want to see if we can make glitter work on it. And if it'll give us the same results that you get if you use a chameleon flake or powder or anything like that, right? So I let the gilding glue dry, and now I'm going to put the glitter on. Now I wasn't sure. I don't want to use a paintbrush because I don't want glitter to be in it forever. So I thought, okay, I'll just take a spoon. I'll kind of put the glitter on there, and more than what I need, and then I'm going to tap it around, and then I'm just going to take kind of like a silicone tool and push it down to make sure that it's adhered to the actual glue, so that it's not going to come off when I get rid of the excess glitter that's on here. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, hindsight, when I applied the gilding glue, I took it all the way to the edge. Don't do that. And like, in my brain, I know better, but I wasn't necessarily thinking at the time of doing this. The reason you don't want to take it all the way to the edge is what I noticed upon demold as I was cleaning up some overspill. It started pulling away, and the two pieces started separating. So you want to make sure that you leave, it can be very minuscule amount of space around the sides, but you want to leave enough resin that doesn't have anything on it so that it can adhere to itself when you put the next layer on, if that makes sense. Okay, so I've got my glitters down, it's ready to go. Now I have just a tiny bit of resin, and I'm going to use Litterbee's, I think it's called Deep Black, and it's from their metallic mica set. And I'm going to use that for my backing. And I just want to make sure I'm kind of doing it in regards to how you would if it was like a chameleon powder. You put the black behind it. Do I need to? Probably not, because it's not the same type of material, but I figured that's what I'm going to do. Why not? Just in case, right? Just in case. So I'm just going to take a tiny bit of this mica, put it in there, mix it up, and then pour it on the back of the glitter to finish this piece off. And we're going to see if I can get the effects of that kind of dual toned, really cool looking. It almost looks spacey, like, like when you see different, what is it, galaxies or whatever, like from space pictures, and you kind of see that like almost cloudy, kind of bright, whatever it happens to be. I don't know if they're stars or whatever, something like that. I want to see if I can get that using the glitter. We're going to see. So just poured a little bit in, and I want to make sure that I'm not going over the sides of this mold, because the rock that I used was not, it's rounded, it's not level. And also, we know that because I used a non-shiny item, it's going to be matte when I demold. And that's fine, because honestly, I thought about making a mold of this rock anyway, because I think it would be kind of cool to be able to make your own sort of rocks if you wanted to. Like, yes, I know we can go and we can purchase them, or I can go outside, but I'm not going to get the colors that I necessarily want. And this way I can use whatever, but use the basic shape of a rock and use it as a foundation for something else that maybe I'm creating, without actually having to go to either buy it or find it, if that makes sense. Okay, so 24 hours later, now it's time to demold and see if I was able to at least accomplish the look. And I'm going to tell you, even matte, like, you can't get all of the shine that from the glitter and whatever, but I think it looks pretty cool. I love how that green that I used, the Aurora powder from Into Resin, is just kind of floating like a cloud. Like it looks super, super cool. But now that I've seen it matte, I was curious what it looks like if it was glossy. So we're going to do that too. But first, I'm just going to take my deburring tool and clean up the edges where I over poured, a little bit more than I should. And this is where I found out that it was starting to split. So I was being very, very careful in doing that so the two pieces didn't come completely apart. So we're going to use some of Let's Resin's UV resin and use our dual light just to kind of cure it. Now I'm just going to go over with a very thin coat, and I'm going to use my little spatula do-jobby tool to kind of just smooth that over. Okay, so I'm going to be real. I did not do a good job of this part at all. I didn't let it level. There are bumps and whatever because the rock was textured, right? So there's the little bumps and stuff. And I didn't necessarily want to take that away, but at the same time, I wanted to be able to see through just to see what it would look like glossy for the effect that I'm going for. So when you see the close-up pictures, just ignore the fact that the resin, I did a terrible job on this part. Just use your imagination a little bit, look past that, and look at the effects that actually come from doing this. I did heat it with the heat gun just a little bit just to pop any bubbles and maybe hopefully smooth it out some, and then cured it under the light for about 2 minutes, and let's see what we get. Okay, so I think it looks so, so cool. Like, I really do. And honestly, after I cut off this piece, you'll see here in a second, depending on which way you look at it, like, it honestly, I think it looks like an underwater scene. Like, it could very easily be an underwater scene, and that's like algae or something like that, just kind of floating around. Like, I think it looks really cool. Like, look at that. Look past the UV resin on the top. But different ways that you show it, it looks different colors, different darknesses, lightness. Like, I think it's super, super cool. Anyway, I do have an idea for this. We're going to see if it works. That's a wrap on this one, guys. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I will see you on Saturday in the next one. Love ya. Bye.